Special. No, I'm not going to say special because it's always special talking to you two. But we've got Kerstin Casparij coming up, and that is special. Before she comes on, can I just make an apology? I just get really awkward around new people and have to ask stupid questions.
Never.
Never.
Oh, I had some crackers I was still going to pull out, but luckily we got to 15 minutes, so I was like, oh, can't do that. She showed us her cat. I mean, that was right up there. I feel like we're friends now.
Great.
All right, I'll get on with it. This is Pitch to Pod with WSL legends Nikita, One Touch, Parris, and Jordan scores the big goals, Nobbs. Every week they bring you topics straight from the Pitch to this podcast as we discuss the biggest talking points in the world of football, the WSL and beyond. This week it's just the caption, Kevin. See the light in the slightly open door and Nobbs Newcastle coming for you. First up, the latest in our at-home series and a return of What's in Her Fridge. Yes, it gets awkward. Instagramification, tick to the rock to the won't stop. It's Kirsten's super assister Casper, her of Manchester City. This is what happened when we talked. You got a bit of sun shines off your head. You've got a halo going on, Jordan. You see that? Yeah. Angel.
Can't see it on mine.
Joe, this is how we spend the first half an hour of podcast, is sorting out the technical stuff, Kirsten, and then having a chat about random.
Sound perfect.
And away you go. How are you? Yeah, exactly that. For those just tuning in, Kirsten's got some brilliant artwork behind her, one of which contains an expletive that we're getting her to cover by putting her shoulders up higher.
Massive shoulders.
Yeah, when you can't play this weekend because you've got, a crick in your neck, you can totally.
Yeah, this is why.
Yeah. Have you been at training today?
Yeah, long day today. I always end up making my days way too long by just hanging around the club for too long. So I had to rush home to be on time. But yeah, no, we are training today.
That sounds like the dedicated training professionals that Nikita and Jordan are as well. Isn't that right, you two?
Always.
Yeah. We've got to do something embarrassing, which they hate me doing, so I'm going to do it now. Can you tell us what's in your fridge?
Oh, I knew he was going to say that. What's in my fridge?
Yeah.
Food?
Oh, right.
Oh, no, I'm joking. We're not a lot, to be fair, because we haven't done any we need to do groceries, but there's always ginger shots, and there's always, when you go to M&S, you have like these cookie dough that you make into cookies. That is always in our fridge.
Plenty to talk about, obviously, but can I start by asking you about your Instagram caption this week? If I don't laugh, I'm gonna cry.
Yeah. Yeah, I was obviously trying to come up with something. It's a little harder when we lose, because people find it really funny when we win, and they're like, ha ha ha, let's all laugh at our opponent. But when we lose, they don't tend to find it very funny. But I feel like I can't be a hypocrite and only do it when we win. So, I tried to do a funny little play on words. After our loss against Arsenal.
Well, you also said that it was a beautiful part of the game, losing as well. How so? Or part of the game?
It's not a beautiful part of the game because I hate it. But, I mean, you can't win always. You can't always win. You can't win everything. And I think losing is a part of it as well. And I think for us to, as a team as well, to not get derailed and to be able to shift the focus onto Friday. And I think that's what I really like about football as well. It's like you get a next chance the week after, so you can't sulk for too long and you have to shift the focus.
We've had fridge chat, Instagram chat, and now talking about losers. So that's my life done. Jordan, Nikita?
I would like to know what is the difference between this season and previous seasons? How have you been able to stay focused on the job to maintain the positions that you have top of the table, and now obviously you extend it with the points gap?
Good question. I think a lot of things changed compared to previous season. Obviously last season was chaos, so with injuries, change of manager, a lot of changes higher up as well, whereas this season's been very constant. I think Andree's been very constant as well, and he did change a few bits, but when it's the fine tweaks that matter a lot. So obviously he changed a bit in playing style. We've got some different personnel in as well, player wise. which I think fits his system really well. And I think to be able to maintain the mindset, he's made us very aware before Christmas, like going into the second half of the season, like what can go well and actually what can go wrong, and where do we need to focus on. We can't become complacent. We need to view it game by game. So kind of tackling that pretty early on has made us so aware, and we can now like fall back on that. And I think he keeps us, and we keep each other very down to earth. We've not won anything yet. We try not to get ahead of ourselves, and every game now is a final. So I think having that mindset really helps.
Do you think not being in Champions League helps you more than it does the other teams?
Yeah, it could be. I don't think it's the reason why. A lot of people say, oh, it's the reason why City, because we're not playing Champions League. I think we played Champions League last year and we were doing really well for a really long time, and so obviously we got so many injuries. But it's definitely helping us. I mean, we don't have a game every 3-4 days. We're able to focus on the league a little bit more. So in some way it helps, and I wouldn't use it as an excuse as to why we're doing well.
I was going to ask you about, obviously you've had a lot of man of the matches this season. Do you think that how you've been playing and stuff, you've just got that rhythm, and, obviously you've been doing so well for City. Do you feel like this season's just been a bit of because I think you've always been a consistent player, but it's like next level now where, there's a reason why you're at the top of the table, and it's because people are playing consistently well. And just how you're feeling about yourself personally this season?
I think it's all kind of been building up to now. I think the last couple of seasons I've been coming in quite young, quite inexperienced. I needed a little bit of time, and I think I was kind of building into this form over the course of last season. And I'm very lucky that Andree really believes in me and really trusts me, and allows me to follow my instinct on the pitch rather than being told, oh, you can join, you can't join. He just trusts me to do the right thing, which allows me to come in a bit of a flow. But also like the way I work together with Jade as the centre back, wingers like Carolyn, we've really tried to work on our relationship on and off the pitch and watch clips and really make sure we get the best out of each other. I think they get the best out of me. So yeah, it's just been a whole load of fun this year, and I think you can see that when we play the game.
I think we're going to talk about Jade on Friday night's show. We've already done loads on you, just to make you feel at home. And we also did Carolyn last week after her hat trick as well. Do you love that analysis when you see your game being analysed, when they get out the old, I was going to do again another technical bit, where they draw stuff on the screen and say she's done X amount and her XG is X, Y, and Z. Do you love all the stats?
Yeah, I love the stats, and to give a bit of a background on me, I actually work with someone completely outside of City to watch my clips back and to watch the games and what can do with extras, where the possibility is going to be now going into Leicester, where do I have to go, what passes do I need, what areas do I need to look at. So it's quite funny to see that coming back and be like, oh, she was in this area a lot. I'm like, okay, great, because that I was actually trying to do that. So if I give certain assists, I'm like, okay, no, I worked and I'm very conscious of doing those things. So it's quite funny to see that come back in analysis.
Was that all driven by you? You went out and found someone that could analyse your game and do that?
Yeah, I was looking for someone to just go into a bit more detail and like give a bit of depth, and especially now in the season, it's all about the games and like winning that, and it's a lot about the team. And I was like, I think I need a little bit more specific, and I want someone that I'm not involved with at all, or is not involved with the club. So to have a little bit and just really focus on my duty on things I can do better, because there's loads I can still do better. So it's just a fun little bit for me to work on, to get better as well.
I love that it's a fun bit for you to work on. Jordan, Nikita, you fancy some of that? Not that you need it, clearly. Beep, beep, beep.
Yeah, recline quickly.
It's always nice to hear. It's always nice to hear different stories. I think everyone has their own way of progressing as a player, and I think it's always a bit of a breath of fresh air when I think, especially the way the game's growing, them tiny details which make you a better player and give you that extra. We all know 1% in football is huge. So yeah, I've never been dead analytical. Is that the right word?
Well done, Jordan.
Yeah, thank you. Improvement.
Very good.
But no, I think each player has their own way of making themselves better. So yeah, dedication.
Sad.
What is it? You said sound. You also say city, like a true Mancunian.
Yeah, I've been adopted now.
But do you love that? Are you glad that it's happened in that way? Very much making yourself at home there.
Yeah, I think it's the best. It was if playing away from home and playing abroad, it can get quite lonely. So having Manchester as my home away from home is great. And obviously my girlfriend and my cats help loads. But it's just nice for me to step into the club every day and to see familiar faces and good people, and to really feel at home. I think it does make a big difference when you're playing.
Kiwi and Mango, is that right? The cats?
Yeah, I've got one here now.
Is that the giant one next to you? I hear one of them's quite. That's not a cat. That's a
That
rug.
is not a cat.
Show your beans.
Wow.
He's not having it. No. He's left.
Keith, I saw you nodding along just about coming to a different country and just making that change.
Yeah, it's very difficult when you're... Kirsten, did you speak English before you arrived in England?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that helps.
I was very lucky with that. Yeah.
Yeah, that really helps. But it's also very difficult when you're away from family, friends. It's a lot of sacrifices you make when you decide to go abroad. And sometimes what I experienced was the things that you think you're going to miss, you actually don't miss. It's the little things that you don't ever think about because they don't ever really come up until you move away from your family, that you're like, oh, actually, I missed that, or that day, or whatever, that, moment in time. And it's like, until you're abroad and you experience being away from your family for such a long period of time, you can never appreciate the small things.
What did you miss the most when you were abroad?
I think the one thing I missed the most was, it sounds so crazy, but I come from a household of 7-8 people every day. Just the noise in the house. When I walk through the door, just hearing everyone laughing, joking, cooking, whatever it is. And I used to go into my apartment and sit there and I could hear every creak, crack, the house settling. I'd be like, I don't like this. I don't like it. It's not normal. And everyone would be like, what do you mean? I'd be like, honestly, when I used to go home to my mum's house, just the buzz around the place made me know that I'm home and made my heart warm. But then just being alone and it's so different.
Yeah, it's not great.
We had this chat about Grasquero saying, well, it was her manager at the time at London City, saying that she would take a year to settle in or more. And that's kind of what you had to do, wasn't it, Kirsten? I know, still turning in decent performances, but a year to just really find your feet in the place, find the noises of the flat, whatever it might be.
Yeah, I think it definitely took me a year to get accustomed to. I was used to living on my own, but I wasn't like on my own. I still had like teammates living in the same house. So coming home to an empty flat, like Nikita says, like I'm very used to my brothers always being home, football always being on, my mum and dad in the kitchen, the dog. Like it's just the silly little things that not having to hear your own thoughts all the time. And as much as I love my teammates and a lot of them are very, very good friends, sometimes I don't always want to see other people as well. So it can get quite lonely. And initially that's why I got Kiwi after a year as well, to just come home to something and have like a little cat running around and trying to eat the cables and stuff. So yeah, no, I think saying it takes a year is quite accurate.
Leicester on Sky this Friday. What we're thinking, and are you going to get a tattoo if Manchester City win the league?
Oh, I texted my artist about this the other day. Because I'm trying to get some stuff booked in, and he was asking like, "Oh, should we start preparing the tattoo?" I'm like, "Not yet. Don't get ahead of yourself, mate. Please, don't get ahead of yourself." But yeah, I mean, I made the promise, so yeah, if that happens, I think I'll have to follow through, don't I?
Are you going to get City fans to suggest what it is?
I haven't given it too much thought because I don't want to get ahead of myself, but I'm sure I'll come up with something fun when the time comes.
a full one over your back?
I've already got something on my back, so unfortunately that won't be. No. We'll see.
These two hate
The massive city badge.
Yeah.
Wow, fair play.
Totally do
Fair
that. She said it now. Manifest
No,
it. Manifest it.
I'm manifesting.
It's tough for Leicester City at the moment. They've just gone bottom of the table and like clearly fighting for their lives in the league as well. Do you think that's going to add something a bit different?
I mean, they obviously got a lot to play for, and so do we. So I'm expecting it to become quite a good game. Yeah, I'm excited. I mean, I love a night game at the Joy, so I'm always excited for that. And it's two teams that have to play for a lot and have a lot at stake. So yeah.
Yeah, Friday night under the lights, there is nothing better. Maybe a
Exactly.
derby Friday night under the lights would be like the epitome, right?
Yeah, full stadium.
Yeah, everyone shouting at
Everyone's shouting.
Yeah, you just
Oh,
be able to
no.
take your top off, show them the tattoo on the back. The new celebration incoming.
Yeah.
Kirsten, thank you so much for waking up the cat, for sharing
Very
some
welcome.
inane questions with me, but for chatting properly to these two. And we wish you every success for the rest of the season and good luck on Friday.
Thank you so much, guys. Have a nice day.
Kerstin Casparij joining Nikita and Jordan. I'm just going to back myself out of that conversation. She is what's known as one of life's good people, right? You can see she'd be a good energy in the dressing room, Nikita.
Yeah, for sure. And I think, to be honest, talking to her, she's very honest, and yeah, she never didn't sound like she was taking too many things for granted, considering the position that they are in the league currently, with 7 games to go, I think. So they're in a really good position, and it seems like on and off the pitch, she's working hard.
I love that she has someone she's gone to analyse her own game. She does this thing where she says 6 out of 10 is a student 7. So she's always positive and learning, Jordan. And actually, that's the graft, right? You two would probably like it, but the people that stay out a bit longer on the training ground and practice their free kicks or whatever, but they're investing in themselves.
Yeah, especially with how professional the sport's gone, you can become a bit what's the word?
Sort of complacent about.
Complacent. Yeah, you can become complacent, and you don't ever want to take that for granted because the game changes so fast. So yeah, I thought it was really refreshing when she said that. I think sometimes you don't always hear people staying out longer on the pitch as much or doing them extra bits. But yeah, I think she shows a personality off the pitch, and then it shows on the pitch that she's got that side that's very diligent, which is nice to hear.
We all think the tattoo's incoming, right? They're gonna win the league.
Well,
To be fair,
in
I
a great
looked at their-
position.
Yeah. I looked at their fixture list, and they've obviously got Man United, who are, top 4, top 5. But then apart from that, a lot of the teams are the ones fighting at the bottom, which doesn't make it easy. But yeah, I think with that run, you'd like to think that they'd win it.
Is it also learning
No
from
pressure.
what Arsenal did to
No
them?
pressure.
Yeah, exactly. Not every team has got a Kim Little, right? Who can do that last gasp tackle like she did, or put in the just 100% pass rate that she seems to do every day when she wakes up. And not every team's going to be able to absorb in the midfield in the way that they do. But will teams learn from what Arsenal did to them?
I think obviously when you take points from a team, every other team's thinking, well, how did they play against them and what did they do to, stop their key players from being in the game consistently and making a difference. But Manchester City will then say, was too many of our key players in more advanced positions? Did they just have a bad day? Or was Arsenal's game plan just a better game plan to win the game? And then ultimately, you can have all of the game plans, plan A, plan B, but ultimately when you go through over them white lines, between the whistles, sometimes it's just about who wants it more. Who wants it more? Sometimes you can. It's narrow defeats, isn't it? It wasn't like, will Manchester City be disappointed to not get 3 points? Of course, but will that detract from the fact that they was 9 points ahead going into that game? No. So it's kind of like she said, it's one game. It's time to switch to the next one.
Do you two not want to jinx it for her? Is that what's going on now?
I don't think it's about jinxing, but I also think this league is, if you get too far ahead of yourself, I agree with her. You have to take it game by game, because if you get too far ahead of yourself, things start to happen that is a little bit unexpected, and then you start to, like, I don't know, grasp at small margins and overthink things, and then little do you know, snowball effect starts to happen. So as long as you take it game by game, and once one game's finished, you review it, you move on. You don't think, oh, this happened in that game, so next game, because it's a totally different team, totally different game plan.
We're not going to jinx the WSL race. We're not going to jinx yours either, Nikita. But we're not going to also jinx yours, Jordan. There's no jinxing, all right?
No.
But we've got to talk about the fact you barely laced your boots up and you scored a goal, 2 goals, Jordan. Woohoo!
It was quick, yeah. I didn't realise it was that quick. It felt like a minute had maybe gone. But yeah, it's always nice to get that early goal, isn't it? But yeah, I didn't realise until the game ended that it was obviously that fast.
15 seconds, fastest scored of the season so far. No one's going to score faster than that, are they? I mean, I don't know how they would. They'd have exceptionally long legs. But when walk us through, all right, go. 15 seconds. What happened?
Went back to their goalkeeper. Their goalkeeper kicked it long. We headed it back. The defender knocked it down. Pass came through. Goal. That was.
Why didn't you do it like that? Because that would have been less than 15 seconds.
Yeah.
Is it natural instinct in that moment?
Yeah, I think, when the goalkeeper kicked it, obviously it didn't maybe go as far as what they wanted it. And I think because it went straight back to the other end, it was just, it's not luck, is it? But sometimes the ball lands back to one of your players or it doesn't, especially with like someone heading it. So yeah, we got a bit like that. And then luckily I kept running and I luckily got there before the goalkeeper. I was thinking I'm going to get wiped out. I know. Yeah, still running. But yeah, I did think I was going to get wiped out by the goalie, but I just got there in time.
Second one, beautiful too. I mean, it was all a thing of beauty. Do you, and I don't know whether this just happens with fans, if a team scores early, you're like, oh, it's totally ruined the game now. As in no one else will score till like the 90th or something. It'll be one of those 1-0s where you're just, nothing else will happen. Does that end? I mean, that doesn't enter your head. Is it just me it's just me then. All right, fine.
I get why though.
Yeah.
Sometimes I get why.
It's a spoiler,
I
right?
think it's so dangerous to score early.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Because you fall into a false sense of security. I think with an early goal, yeah, it settles the nerves, but sometimes you get too complacent as a team and so scoring early and being 2-0 up are the same feeling for me, because being 2-0 up is also a very dangerous scoreline.
It's better than being 2-0 down.
Yes.
Yeah.
But honestly, being 2-0 up is in a game, I always say we need to score the third. We need to score the third, because honestly, when momentum, because football's about momentum, when it shifts, that's when you can be in trouble.
To be fair, we conceded, obviously the game finished 2-1, and I think their goal must have been near the 90 minutes. And then you're like backs against the wall, balls
even
just
at 90
coming
minutes.
in, and you're like, someone clear it.
Yeah.
Oh, that
honestly.
feeling is horrible. You're just praying to the ref that she blows her whistle as quick as possible. But that feeling where you're fighting in them last few minutes are the worst when it's like that.
And the game, you could be so in control of the game. You're 2-0 up, you can be so in control. And it gets to 85 minutes, they might score, or 90 and they score. And then you think, oh, backs against the walls, we've got to drop, block the goal. I'm like, guys, just play what you've been doing for 90 minutes. But it doesn't work like that. Momentum is a strange thing in sport, honestly. It's crazy.
Look at Brighton West Ham at the weekend. Like you say, West Ham just come back at them. And to get that third goal for West Ham, I think, controversially, might keep them up. I think that, I'll put a might in there as a caveat.
Okay, yeah. Not that she's putting all the money on it.
Potentially, I won't bet anything on it. But, you know, in that, if you get that last minute goal when you've been behind, as a footballer, that must just mentally lift you so much.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Like, but also for West Ham to come back.
Yeah.
And I know they was at home. I know that was at home. But when you're 2-0 down and you feel like, oh, nothing's going my way, and what the season that you've had and everything, and then to turn a result around, yeah, that'll give them extra confidence going forward. Like, what a great result. And it's devastating for Brighton, like devastating, because I think over the last few games you've seen Brighton really play some unreal football. And it's not like always possession. They've mixed the style of sometimes the possession, sometimes they're more direct. Like their first goal with Kiko is a straight ball and she lobs the keeper, you know? Like they've mixed up the styles and they're trying to find ways in which to get points out of the game. And it's just... sometimes football can be very harsh.
This is an alert for Adam and the Football Cliches podcast. I'm going to ask you both, is 2-0 the most dangerous scoreline in football then?
Yeah. I would say 100%.
For reasons given. Jordan?
I guess any is to a certain extent, depending on how the momentum changes. But would I go 1-0?
I mean, I think personally, if you're 5-0 down and you're facing relegation, that's pretty dangerous. But yes, it's the one. It's all right. It's 1-0 early in a game or 2-0 at half time that has my dad going, oh, we're going to lose this every time. And we pretty much do lose it every time. But that aside, I agree. Most dangerous score. So for you now, and not jinxing anything, not tempting you to get a full-on back tattoo. I mean, if you go up, I want a face tattoo from you, Jordan, at the least. But
there.
Yeah, just there. Winner, winner, chicken dinner is what you need. Across your face. But it's 3 points off the playoffs, 6 points off automatic. As this, again... Does this feel like a bit of a shift in the season?
I've learned in this league you literally have to take it game by game, and it's so cliche. It's the chat that no one ever wants to hear, but the league's just so tight. There's obviously getting a bit of a gap between the top 6 and the bottom half, but it's so tight. I mean, you know, we had, and like Keith said, games are just so strange. Like against Ipswich, we've got something like 85% possession, draw the game. They had one shot, one goal, which is, you know, well played by them. And then the other day, our possession stats aren't as good, but we win the game. So yeah, I think in this league we literally have to focus on ourselves. And obviously we've still got a lot of the top 4, I think, to play again. We obviously have a game in hand against Birmingham. So yeah, every game is a must win for the top 5 that are fighting right now. I mean, you still don't know if it's going to be that top 5 in and around it.
But the good thing is currently it's all in your hands. You're not relying on other people's results because you've got to play those who are in and around you or just above you. So, I mean, every game's a final, they say.
No, it is.
We had this little chat whilst we were waiting. I think you were coming back from training or something. I'll just let a glimpse behind the curtain. And we were saying that we were looking through your games thinking, and I've done that with both leagues. I've done it. I'm just not going to tell you. I'm not going to tell you. I'm jinxing everything now.
Not Mystic Meg. Not Mystic Meg.
Let's just say I've booked in for a tattoo.
Hey, please just get your purple ball. Just
Do you
start
wanna see
rolling
it?
it, please.
Do you want to see it? Nikita, I've got Jordan going up. Don't tell anyone. All right, and pass it on. And tell her. I'll show you.
Wow.
I'll show you after class. Just down the other end, and potentially who you might end up. I've still got you automatics, but who you might end up playing in that playoff.
Yeah.
Leicester City, Manchester City. I don't. If you're Leicester, how do you play that? Because everyone's looking at it thinking, I didn't like to say this in front of Kirsten, but they should win it, Manchester City, right? So as your Leicester, do you approach it with trying things out for the next game? Do you try and hang on and nick one right at the end? What's your mindset going into it?
Well, if I remember correctly, Leicester, it took Manchester City past the 70th minute last time to score against them. And the goals, Leicester will be very disappointed to concede the way they did in that game. So I'm sure they'll be thinking more of the same type of tactics, and let's not just give away easy goals. Defensively, Leicester are quite solid in terms of, stopping balls in the box and being tight and compact, and it's very hard to break them down. But I think the problem with Leicester is the other end. If you've got to still be able to be a threat as well attackingly as well as defensively, and I think against Manchester City, who obviously will want to win the game, who have got a lot of attacking talent, to keep them out in a 0-0 will be very difficult. So you need to find a way of being more of an offensive threat to get a goal or two yourself. That might keep you in the game. But I think defensively, as a unit, they're quite solid. Rick Passmore's done a really good job since he's come in defensively with them. Now it's all about how are they going to score goals.
So you go to try and win it, Jordan, rather than to try and do the whole get a point away from home.
I mean, if I was Leicester and I got a point against Man City, that's a big point. I think that's a huge point. So I think what Keith said a bit about, normally if you're at the bottom of the table, you're conceding too many goals. That's the main thing. And I think if you try and frustrate, try and stay compact, which isn't easy, it's not nice, but if you all do that as a collective and that's the main goal, you kind of take it half by half. Look, we get to half time, 0-0. That like, best case we have a chance and we score, obviously. Like, of course you'd want to be up, but I think when you're bottom of the table, if you get to half time 0-0 or it's 1-0 Man City, at least then you can have a change of, you may as well go for it. Or you carry on because it's working. So yeah, I would say be more hard to beat, and getting a point against City is a big point when you're playing obviously the leaders.
Who am I to argue with you two? Particularly as Wayne Rooney said that Van Persie's volley was the best goal ever, Nikita.
Well,
Did you see that this week?
great. All I will say is great minds think alike. That's what I will say.
Yeah, he stole your idea. He totally listens to the podcast for you two. That's exactly what happened.
Of course he listens to my ideas. It's not the other way around.
Wayne Rooney who? Is what I think
Did
we're
we
all
put
saying.
Van Persie top? Did we put him top in that
I can't
list?
remember. We failed so badly at
can't
organising
We
those
did
top
fail,
threes.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I think we did put Van Persie
Yes,
top.
let's just say we
Callan
did.
third and
Me, I was third.
Who Gareth
Callan,
Bale with his
yeah.
overhead kick was
Gareth
like 9.
Bale.
He got-
yeah. Somewhere there, in between them two.
Caroline Weir, new Scotland captain. Did you
Yeah.
see that? Erin, assistant. What do they call it?
What,
Vice
she a manager?
captain. It's been a long day. I've asked some awkward questions and I felt like I should really back out this party. So I will. You two have a lovely weekend. Where are you this weekend, Nikita? Scoring against your old side again?
Manchester United. Let's
Oh,
have it. Let's
Biggie.
have it. Lee
is
Sports
it on
Village.
telly?
Be there or be square.
Yeah. Be there or be at Newcastle to watch Portsmouth make the very long trip up to Newcastle on Sunday. That's a 2 o'clock
Oh.
kickoff.
Yeah.
Got a bit of time to get there. You gotta get there by 2 p.m. and 20 seconds. It's too late because then you'll have missed
Yeah.
Jordan's goal. So
Yeah.
got to get there quicker. If you have a question for Nikita or Jordan or just any of our guests that means I don't have to ask one, you can get in touch. Use the hashtag #PitchToPod. Who knows? They could be answering it on the show next week. Until next time, I'm off to think better about what I should be doing with my future. Bye-bye. I knew to. Do you think she thinks
you
I'm
need
weird?
to get out more. One of the two. You need to get out. You need to think better. I don't know which one.
Do you know what I did today?
Oh,
I
no.
made steak and chips for my mum and dad for lunch. To give them
nice.
iron and...
What? Wait, hold up. Steak and chips for lunch. You are wild.
Well, they're
you
not-
are wild.
I've got to go back and help them with tea later. But, it's
that's
good to
nice.
have it. Then they can sit down and watch, I don't know, Homes Under the Escape to the Country, whatever it is. And honestly, it was, what did the kids say? Banging. This was the best steak and chips ever. So I thought, that horseradish sauce smells, doesn't really smell. I put tartar sauce on my dad's steak.
Oh, ruined.
That's the day I've had. He didn't mention
Did he
it,
say
though.
anything or just eat it?
No, I sort of washed it off.
Oh, that's great.
Put a bit of ketchup on it.
That is terrible.
This
No,
steak's a
that's
bit
bad.
fishy.
Oh, that's gross.
That's sad.
Anyway,
Yeah, that's gone.
like I said,
It's like
I'm off to
coriander when people.
Oh, I
I
can't
hate
stand
coriander.
coriander.
Can't stand it.
Why
Very
would you put
liquid, I call
corian-
it.
Yeah, why would
Tastes
you do it
like
on anything?
trees, like eating a tree outside.
Isn't there that thing that coriander tastes different for different people? Either soap
Oh,
or
I just
nice.
taste very liquid all the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Hold
I
on.
just think that is nasty.
You two talk about your worst foods while I look. Coriander tastes.
No, coriander's my worst
Different.
food. Honestly.
Yeah, I reckon it's mine.
It ruins everything. And vinegar, actually, vinegar as well ruins everything. Ruins
I'm
it.
alright with that.
Coriander tastes different, often like soap, for some people due to a genetic variation in their olfactory receptors, specifically the OR6A2 gene. There you go.
Back to
What a
the
lovely
recess.
Fact of the day. Fact of the day.
Lovely. I wonder where to go to get factory recessed. Hey.
Up to 1 in 5 people may experience this soap-like, or in some cases bug-like, taste.
Bug life?
It becomes 2 in 5 if you haven't washed it properly and there is literally a bug in it. Thank you, and good night. I made
What a
that last bit
parasite.
up. Yeah. So I'm off to cook dinner. Want to come? Bye.
No, thanks.